The passion that these student athletes and these young kids don't seem to match, at least the level that I play the game with, the attentiveness and the passion. I think a lot of kids only want the fame and the fortune of it. But, I think the game of football teaches so many life skills, that's transferable later on in life.
Hey, we got the main man himself right here, Emmitt Smith. Yeah, I'll bow down. We all got to bow down.
What,
E, how's
what,
it going, my man?
what's up, Jess? How you doing, Steven? Good seeing you, brother.
Good seeing you.
Likewise, man. Sitting here watching this game right now, and this game has the potential to be a great game, to be honest with you, the way everything is shaping out. The Cowboys obviously started out on a good note, making a number of plays, defensively scoring a touchdown. But then, I mean, just the mistakes that the Rams are making. If those mistakes eliminated, it'd be a totally different game than what we have right now. The Rams have the ball, and so. But it's great to be on this weekend. Welcome to everybody that's in the audience watching. Stephen, I appreciate you coming on. Hope to see Jim on as well with his pretty face. He
Right.
like a young Tom Brady, doesn't he?
He does. Jim is normally at the game, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's trying to yell out some audibles right now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So you guys talk about these turnovers right now. And Steven, obviously, being a Rams alumni and, following this team closely, is it a little more frustrating knowing that this team and this offense was kind of running on all cylinders, and now they just kind of seem to be shooting themselves on foot this year?
No, I wouldn't say it's. I just think it's a part of the game. It's still early in the season. No one, wants to go and lose a game or give away a game. But at the same time, just realistically, the season goes on into January. So guys got to make sure that, not only are they fulfilling their role on the team, but are they executing? And I always repeat that to young athletes, professional athletes, because sometimes our ego gets so big that we know what we think we know. In actuality, we're not executing the way we're supposed to. So it goes back to technique, goes back to being accountable and just knowing the game plan.
So, E, obviously, I'm going to lay this up to you, too. How much does this make Cooper Rush's job easier, knowing that the defense is hammering on all cylinders and able to, pop off for a firework right off the bat?
Well, I don't think Cooper Rush's job is going to get any easier regardless, because the pressure is always there on the main guy who's the quarterback anyway. But it does help when your defense is playing lights out, getting turnovers, making plays, scoring touchdowns. You don't have to force the ball. A lot of quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks, come in thinking that they can make every daggone throw and the egos are bigger than they ask and cash a check for. And so with Cooper Rush, all he has to do is just maintain his composure. Not only maintain his composure, but also just not make mistakes and just put the ball in the hands of playmakers and let them make plays for you. That is the best way to alleviate all kinds of stress till you calm down and you can start making the throws that you truly want to make. And so that, to me, that's part of the growth process of every young quarterback, including young running backs and young players. Like our left tackle today, Aaron Donald was on him. He gave up a sack today. We got a rookie out there left tackle. So Aaron Donald going to get out there and try to take advantage of him. He don't know what to expect against Aaron Donald because he'd never played against Aaron Donald before. But that move that Aaron did today, there's other moves coming too. He's just got to be prepared. And what we got to do as an offensive unit is when we see Aaron Donald on the end of the line of scrimmage, yeah, as a running back, Steve, you know this.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm coming outside. You stay inside. He shows up outside. I promise you, he's going to get a shot in the rib cage, and then you're going to get your hands on him, and then you can lock him down that way. So we can help the left tackle out when Aaron Donald's on the outside. Even when he's on the inside, we can do the same thing with the guards and the center.
I was going to say, Steven, you had something to add there, too?
No, I was going to say, same thing. Emmitt was saying, you're either going to slide the whole line protection his way, right? Or you're going to use your running back to chip him back on. And we call it a little chicken wing, at least when I play. You give him a little chicken wing. And you let Aaron know that, he's not going to be one-on-one with our rookie left tackle. Exactly. And you want to do that with any matchup. If there's a matchup that the offense is giving away to a superior defensive player, you have to help that player out, at the end of the day. So that's on all positions, and that's on the coordinator as well.
Yeah, without a doubt. So the pressure is never on the quarterback. It's on the coordinators to do what is right to help the offensive line and also help the quarterback, which also in turn helps the whole offensive unit.
Hey, I love this insight, guys. I love this insight. So obviously, Steven, what we do with this platform, we kind of ran through it with you a little bit, is we like to bring fans live, and fans, that's what we're going to start doing right now, is asking your fan questions. So everyone get ready. Make sure you're ready to go. These fan questions are going to be popping up. Like I said, it's always sometimes about the Cowboys, sometimes about the Rams, sometimes on the field, off the field, doesn't matter. So everyone get ready to go. Russ, you're the first one.
My first question, well, actually, I wanted to start by sharing something real quick. Emmitt, this is a photo of you holding the jersey that you wore when you broke the record for most rushing attempts with the Philadelphia Eagles. And right over here is that very jersey you wore. So I was wondering if you could tell us what was going through your mind that day leading up to that moment when you broke the record for most carries.
For the most carries, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. I mean, at the end of the day, we don't play the game to break records. We play the game because we love it. Number one, number two, we play the game to win. And
Right.
anytime there's a record at stake, yeah, it's in the back of your mind. But most importantly, you want to go out on the football field and give your best shot so you can win the game. That particular day, I never thought about it from the perspective of having the chance to carry the ball more than anybody in the National Football League.
Mm-hmm.
But it happened that day. It happened that way. And, yeah, I just chalked it up as a great opportunity. But for the most part, I was focused more on who we were playing because it was the Eagles.
Yeah.
Which is a rivalry game, which I ain't thinking about no damn carries. I'm thinking about
Right.
how in the world I'm going to go out here and protect myself because I know Philadelphia is going to bring everything that they got, including the kids.
Right.
So
Right.
for me, it was all about that. It was about protecting myself and executing and doing my job more so than it was about carries.
Awesome. I just have another question real quick, and this goes for you too, Stephen, if you want to answer it. But with all the accolades and accomplishments and broken records, what is the one thing you want people to remember you most?
Oh wow, that's a good one. I had to echo something that Emmitt said, that just being a fierce competitor. We all go out there wanting to win. We all go out there with one common goal. Come from different backgrounds, different colleges, but at the end of the day, it's all about lifting that Lombardi Trophy at the end of the year.
Right.
And seeing that, I fell short in my career, but it doesn't take away from the journey. Doesn't take away from the memories. And at the end of the day, I just wanted all fans, regardless, friend or foe, to realize that when I had the ball in my hand, I was competing. I was giving everything I got on that particular day.
Very good. What about you, Emmitt?
Well, for me, it's the same way.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you just want to go out and earn the right to do the best that you can for your respective team, but also earn the respect of your peers and be known as a player that gave it his all, was well prepared week in and week out, a consistent player, one that you can count on. And in this day and age, I think the guys are looking at it from the same perspective because fantasy football points matter.
Right.
Matters a lot. So if it matters in fantasy football, it has to matter for you as well, because if you rushing for 100 yards week in and week out, you're giving your team the best chance of being successful.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys. Just peace out. God bless.
Same to you.
God bless. Thank you.
Absolutely love those type of questions where you look off the field type stuff, but you dig deep down. I love that type of stuff. So great question. Great question. Now we're going to go to our next user right now. Rex, take it away.
Stephen, I got a chance I live in Indiana, so I got a chance to see you play quite a number of times. My friend was a St. Louis Rams season ticket holder, so we used to get over there quite a bit.
Nice.
Are you still living in the St. Louis area?
No, actually, I just moved away a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, 21. I decided to uproot and come back west.
Okay, so you're in LA now?
I'm in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need me to put in a bet?
Yeah. Guys, I gotta ask both of you. The Rams seem to be doing a better job of it today, but it was all the throws were getting crammed into Cooper Kupp and occasionally a Tyler Higbee throw. Obviously, your thoughts on that? You can't win with the ball going just exclusively to two guys all the time.
No, I'll take that one. I'll start first, I guess. No, you can't. No, obviously, if you're as a fan, thousands of miles away, can notice that the defense and the defensive coordinator definitely can as well. The thing about it is when you get to a new division or a new conference, the other teams have to catch up and kind of catch on the tendencies. And what I believe is happening right now for the Rams is not only are they getting everyone's best shot being the defending champions, but Stafford is starting to be he's starting to be diagnosed and analyzed a lot, and they're realizing that his safety blanket are those two receivers that you mentioned. So he has to kind of be a little bit more diversified in how he distributes the ball, as well as offensive coordinator has to just be a little bit more creative and going against the way his tendencies as well. Because right now, it seems like everyone has a beat on what the Rams want to do.
Well said, because you have to remember, as much as we're paying our guys, the other guys are getting paid as well. And they have great coaches, great mentors, great strategists on the other side. And they're studying everything from tendencies to weaknesses, et cetera. And now when you incorporate technology like AI into the mix, AI then expediting all of these things and exposing everybody's weaknesses, including coaches' tendencies. Because coaches have a tendency to go to every time they find themselves in a pressure situation. So it doesn't change. And so understanding as a player what people are studying, you have to also improve upon your weaknesses to shore those things up. So if I'm not a good blocker, and everybody know I'm not a good blocker, every time I'm in the game, guess what's going to happen?
Blitz.
From behind. And when they blitz me, they're going to blitz to the point where I can prove to them that I can block. Until that day comes, they're going to continue to blitz. But the minute I show them I can block, all bets are off now. Because now not only can I stay in the game for blocking, I can also stay in the game to run. I can also stay in the game to catch. So if I'm a poor pass catcher, only thing I can do is run and block. But if I'm a good pass catcher and a good blocker and a great runner, now I can do all three. It changes the whole dynamics of the whole entire offense.
Well, Emmitt, I finally was able to get one of those touchdown balls of yours. I've tried several times, but I got through with number 36 the other day. And
okay.
Did a little research. That was a game against the Rams and 92. 27-23, you lost that day. I don't know if you have any recollections of that game because you guys after that day would not lose again.
Wow. I don't recall.
Okay, Jim Everett was the quarterback, and I know there were a lot of years and all that, but your touchdown came in the second quarter of that game. That was the ball. So I thought 92 was the big year that you went on, obviously to greater things.
Yes, we went on to win the Super Bowl that year.
Okay, well. Hey, it's always, and I was going to ask Jim about it too, but I'm not catching it. Jim, it's kind of interesting. I'm from Indiana and he's from Purdue. And I actually last year emceed his Hall of Fame banquet. They got inducted into the Hall of Fame. So I was going to ask him a couple of things about that, but I guess that'll be for next time. So always an honor. Emmitt, Stephen, great to meet you, and look forward to doing it again sometime.
Moving from St. Louis to Las Vegas, I think a lot of people and your fans would like to know, what have you kind of been up to? Because obviously you talked to us in the Zoom, and sounds like you got some amazing things out in Vegas. As
a touchdown, too.
As a touchdown. Right when I saw the head, I was like, something's happening. He's got it. That's what we like to see. See that, folks? That's why we do this, is because we want to see the live interactions.
They scored a touchdown, Jesse, on a pick play. They didn't call it, but it was a pick play.
Hey, we saw one joy right there, and obviously we see a little salty.
Got his ass roasted.
Hey, still good. Now, Steven, that's what I'm saying. You come into the fire pit, man. If Emmitt's watching the game, you come into the fire pit.
This is fun. I don't get a chance to watch the game with an opposing team all the time, but so it can go either way.
You know what, Steven? That's the cool part about this. it can go either way. And
Yep.
you see players making great plays. You recognize what they're doing. We recognize what they're doing. We see the mistakes on the field. And most fans don't recognize the mistakes that are actually happening or the strategy that's actually being employed at the time. Diggs just undercut that pass, and Cooper Kupp just made a great catch and off to the races he was running. So Diggs took the risk. Cooper Kupp made a great play, which is an athletic play, which most people may not understand completely. They think that he's just a great wide receiver. Oh, the motherfucker is a great wide receiver, but he's an athletic wide receiver too.
Yep.
And so whether it's Kupp or Diggs, they both were great players. Kupp just happened to win that one.
For sure. No, that's the truth. You know, I have a son that plays high school football, and you know, there was a kid. I won't say with either team, but he had a touchdown and he dropped it. Right. So to your point, right, it's not as easy as it looks, and for someone to have Diggs covering them and take a ball one-handed damn near into the end zone is a lot tougher than what people realize.
Now, here's the thing though. If you can go back and think about what Gallup just did, Gallup dropped the third down wide the hell open.
Yeah, yes,
wide
he did.
Open. Dropped the third down and 3rd and 2. He could have turned up the field and been gone because he was the only one over there. Dropped the 3rd down and 2 in his hands.
Yeah.
And that set this up right here.
Yep.
If he catches that ball, we don't know if this play even ever happened.
Yeah, it's true.
So
this is what Monday film session is like, right? This is what we're talking about.
You got the remote. Click and rewind. Click and rewind. Click and rewind.
It is cray. All Gallup had to do is just take the ball, catch the ball, get the 2 yards, turn up the field. Ain't no telling how many more yards he would have gotten. But this play right here probably would have never happened. Because we would have had a different type of field position. Whether or not we had 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, or punt the ball, we would have got at least the first down and would have been in a position to get another 1st down or even punt the ball away.
For sure.
So hindsight's 2020. Did Diggs make the right read on that? Obviously, like I said, hindsight's 2020.
No. What Diggs did was being aggressive and being a greedy ass corner. So he tried to undercut the pass, and Kupp was on the top side. Now he forced a bad throw, but Kupp made a great catch. A one-handed snag, turned upfield, Diggs underneath him. He can't hold on to him. All Diggs can do is turn around and try to catch him. And by the end, it's too late.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah, it's I'm looking at the thing right now. I mean, 10-9. Obviously, Emmitt, you're a little salty. I get it. Obviously, Steven's a little bit more happier. You know, I saw a little bit more enthusiasm with that fist bump.
Yeah.
I see it. I love it, man.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Steven, I'm just going to kind of go back to what I said before, before this conversation and this touchdown. You brought up your son watching him play high school football, which is amazing. You moved to Vegas from St. Louis. What else have you been up to? Because obviously you have a lot of amazing things going for you right now.
Yeah, so right now I'm currently working on my entrepreneurial spirit. I have a clothing apparel line as well as a barber school. And, they're one and the same. But, Las Vegas, Nevada have the 2nd worst school district in the country. And, a lot of the students here either have one or two options. You either have to go work on the strip or, you got to look for some type of work that's hourly. Well, we wanted to present the opportunity for these young people to learn a trade that not only they could learn a profession for themselves, but they could, build a career out of it. And with my background of understanding how to build a brand and how to represent yourselves in these different platforms, I saw it as an opportunity to help these young people improve their lives and enriching themselves as career. On top of that, creatively, I sold clothes in high school. So it's an amplification of the brand. Something creatively allows me to do that. It's the original. It's OBS. The barber school is the original barber school. And the clothing lines, and the acronym stands for Overcoming Bullshit. And I believe that we all, I thought you liked that. I set that up. But I believe that we all have something to overcome in life, race, gender, whatever, economics, whatever status you are in this life, there's something that's going to be in front of you that you have challenged, that you have to find yourself working your way through, and no one can do it for you but yourself. So it's one of motivation, but it's also one of encouragement.
Hey, I love that OBS. Hey, I mean, we might have to get that trademarked or something, or have Steven help us out with that one. I love that slogan right there.
It is a great slogan.
Yeah.
And then obviously, Steven, with that OBS, if you want to call it that, I saw the picture frame behind you, and obviously Mike brought it up in the Zoom. But climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, I mean,
Yes.
This is when I wonder about training camp. Like, are they not practicing enough tackling? Right? It's like,
They're not.
missed
They don't
tackle
know how to
after
tackle
missed
these
tackle.
days, Steven.
oh my gosh. That's what I'm saying. Hey, this is enthusiasm, the juice. Everyone's bringing it, whether it's the Rams scoring, Cowboys. Hey, that's what we want. We want live engagement. This is what we want to see from you guys. And obviously, you both kind of just touched on it right there. Horrible tackling. I mean, what was kind of taken from that play? What were you guys thinking with that one?
Well, I don't want to take away from the running back. I mean, he did his job. He did what he needed to do. And anytime you could get an explosive run, kudos to that guy. But far as a Ram and being a person that was like, damn, can you get him on the ground? You think about that, right? You think about training camp, the scheduled practices. You only tackle so many times a day or have contact so many times a year, and you wonder, is the craft, just the X's and O's of the game is being lost.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Even the techniques, the will or the want to is being demised. It's been watered down. It's like everything else. People are not as disciplined or not as driven or not as focused or not as committed as they once were. People being given a pass. Too many damn participation trophies are being handed out. And that's the problem. No one is taking pride in ownership of who they are, what they're all about. They want to pass the buck and pass more excuses to everything else around instead of taking on the responsibility of, I got to make that play. Now, I get it. Tony Pollard is an excellent running back. He's hard to tackle in space. But your job is to do that. Your job is to understand that. Your job is to close down the gaps and angles and slow him down. Not just tap him and let him keep running, but slow him down till help can come. There was no slowing down Tony Pollard on that particular play. He gave a guy a stiff arm to the ground. He cut back on the inside, and even the last guy tried to strip the ball, not tackle him, not even hit his shoelaces, and he just ran on into the end zone. So the skill set and the authenticity of the game was built off of running, blocking, and tackling. Passing didn't come till later. It was running, blocking, running, and tackling. Pass did not come till later. Now that passes is in the game, the excitement and the joy of running up the scoreboard is what everybody's after because they want their guy to have fantasy football points. They want their team to beat the spread. And that's all the people are focused about. They're diminishing the game, whether it's at the collegiate level or even at the professional level, all the way down to the Pee Wee level. Everybody's running the same offense, and no one understands the true meaning of what football is all about.
Preach. That's what I want to see. Preach. I'm telling it, though.
I mean, you got all these shows talking stuff. All these guys never played the damn game, commenting about the game, think they didn't know about the mentality, but yet could never make it past the high school level. Or if they did, they made it to the collegiate level and weren't that good at the collegiate level. Now they think they got the expertise to talk about what it's like to be great. Not many people understand that. And I get offended when I have somebody that studied the game, never played the game, think that they know the game, talking about the game.
Y'all run into people like that try to tell you how to talk the game?
All the time. I'm sitting here at a game yesterday watching Texas OU. Somebody's talking about the Cowboys and the mentality. What about Dak? What about the quarterback controversy, all this craziness and everything else? All it is a bunch of hype, bunch of talk. That's all it is, a bunch of talk. But who in their right mind think Jerry Jones is going to pay a guy $40 million and not play his ass? Are you crazy? But Jerry Jones was smart. He wouldn't mess up the chemistry of the team if Cooper Rush continued to do what he's doing. and the team continue to win. All he's doing is buying more time for Dak to heal up instead of rushing Dak back. The mission is to rush Dak back. That's the mission. He could be coming back too soon, and he might not be ready. The blessing is that Cooper Rush is playing well, and the team is playing well with Cooper Rush. There's no knock on Dak at all. It's a kudos to Cooper Rush. It's kudos to the offensive coordinator because they have dummied down the offense because Cooper Rush is not running the same plays that Dak Prescott runs. Many people think that he run the same offense. That's the naivete of those folks because they don't know no damn better. They're only being fed what talk radio to feed them or ESPN feeding them or somebody that think they know about the game of football is feeding them. But the reality of the fact is the game itself has been managed and Cooper Rush has been managed. And as long as he's managing the game, not turning the ball over and making big mistakes and costing the team the win, he's going to be fine.
Now, Steven, just kind of touching on that a little bit and kind of, veering off a little bit. Emmitt's obviously talked about this before, coaching. People ask him that. Do you ever think about coaching? He's obviously said no and everything like that. But I know that you're really engaged with, Oregon State and, going out there and stuff like that. Have you ever thought about coaching or, kind of getting in the game, in that aspect?
No, I have no interest in coaching. My patience and to Emmitt's point, the passion that these student athletes and these young kids don't seem to match. At least the level that I play the game with, the attentiveness and the passion. I think a lot of kids only want the fame and the fortune of it. But, I think the game of football teaches so many life skills, that's transferable later on in life. And, I think that's being lost. On top of, you have coaches that have egos, and I think to Emmitt's point, the game is managed and these coaches put you in positions to either to be successful or to fail. And the reality is you have 3 years if you're lucky as a player, right? So now not only do you have to be good enough and skilled enough to play, but you have to have the right circumstances. And so when I think about coaching or I look at these young people that don't take the game as serious as I did, it'll just be more frustrating for myself than it is enjoyment. So I enjoy from the point of view of I'm a legend representative. So when guys retire from the game and they're looking for their next move and transition in life, that's where I take a little bit more, more of a step of, want to be involved. And to me, that's helping my peers that know what greatness feels like, that know what the commitment is. And now they're just trying to figure out how do I do what I did on the football field and transfer that to life. And that's where I find the enjoyment of helping others make that next step. But, Emmitt made a really great point about a lot of things. The luxury of Cooper playing at this high level, not only is it buying time for Dak to come back healthy, but it also is he's building trade value in himself, So I think as an owner, as a GM, not only are you allowing your star quarterback to come back healthy and 100% for when the games matter in December and later, but now you're building equity in this guy that you could trade him for more. It's a lot of options that you can do by allowing Cooper to do what he's doing right now.
Yep.
Oh, 100%, 100%. All right, we're just going to keep rolling with the fan questions now. That was a great conversation. I absolutely love it, and I think the fans do as well. But Goat Whisperer, Lou, as we like to call him, you're up next.
Well, I had a question for you. Please share a notable moment in your career that made you feel accomplished, Mr. Jackson.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. I would say early in my career when I had the chance to come in a game. I was not even a starter yet, but to relieve Marshall Faulk.
Wow.
It was a big deal to me personally. Marshall not only is a Hall of Famer, but he's been MVP of the league before. And for that offense to trust in me as a young runner to come in and, spell them out here and there, it showed me that I was on the right trajectory and having a great career. And, luckily enough, I proved myself and everyone right. But I recall being like, yo, like, you're up. I'm like, oh, shit, this is real.
Yeah. Yeah, some big shoes to fill there, and you filled them well.
I did. Thank you.
Yeah. Emmitt, real quick, I wanted to pick your brain a little bit. I wanted to take you back to November 28th, 2002. the day you surpassed 17,000 yards. Share your memories about that moment in history, please.
The day I passed 17,000 yards.
Yes, sir.
At that point, I don't think I was thinking too much about anything because I had already passed 17,000 or 16,000 and 16,727.
7.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when I went over 17,000 yards, I wasn't thinking that much because I had already became the all-time leading rusher. I knew that every time I went on the football field, I would add to that, and I would be breaking the record every time I carried the ball. And so
That's right.
that's all new stuff, and new stuff is not necessarily be celebrated because every time you are able to go on the football field, there's always an opportunity to make something
Yeah.
new. So every time I carried the ball from that point on, I knew I was increasing the number, breaking the record every time I carried the football.
That's true. I have to say I was pretty proud of you, though, because you're the only man to ever pass 17,000 yards at that point, and still to this day. So kudos to you. I was able to obtain the 17,000-yard game ball. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I was wondering, who handed you the ball? How was it presented to you?
That's a great question. I don't even remember how it was handed to me.
No?
To be honest with you, I just don't. I
Oh,
think
okay. There wasn't like a ceremony afterwards, or
no,
maybe
no,
in the
no.
locker room?
I think what it was when I got the handoff, somebody handed the ball and I handed it over to Mike McCoy, and I didn't think much about it. I just didn't go through the process of worrying about that because I'm in the middle of a game, and that moment, as great as it may have been, was not as significant as trying to win the game. And so
Makes
my
sense.
focus was strictly on the game. But when they brought it to my attention, I'm like, great, hand it to, put it away. Let's get on to the play. So that's how quickly I was moving. But chalk this one up, chalk this one up, chalk this one up. And that's it.
Yeah.
And so Mike McCoy was the equipment manager for the Dallas Cowboys. He was also keenly aware of what I was doing on the football field, what was happening. And I think everybody in the organization was keenly aware as well. And so when that opportunity happened, they just took the ball.
Right on. Well, it's going to be hanging on my wall now, brother.
To be the first man to go over 17,000 yards in the National Football League is a huge accomplishment.
Hell yeah, it is.
I don't know if anybody else does it, Emmitt.
Well, I don't know if they do it or not, but
yeah.
I would say the first, but I'd never say the last because records are made to be broken, as you know.
Yeah.
Even though today we talk about running back by committee and reducing the value of the running back, everything is very cyclical. It will come back eventually. And we don't know when it come back, who is going to come back for. It could be for my grandchild, for all I know. But whoever it comes back for, I just hope to be around to see it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Emmitt, you ran hard that day because you had 144 yards on the ground. So you were falling forward all day.
I don't even know who we played, Lou, that day.
It was the Redskins.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna run for 144 again. Yeah, I don't like the Redskins. I'm gonna run hard that day.
Every time, yeah. Well, great to talk with you, gentlemen. And I just want to say thank you to Jesse for always bringing the juice. Peace out.
I think there's a little more fun juice in Emmitt's drink. I'll tell you what. I promise you that. All right, Steven. We do a weekly segment. It's called One Burning Question. We usually bring up some talking points or a talking point that kind of gets the conversation going. Obviously, we've had a great conversation. But it's just one thing we like to do. We kind of like to talk about the other team and something with the other team. This is more off the field, though. So this one burning question is, I know I don't want to put you on the spot because I know you still are an ambassador for the Rams, but is St. Louis or Los Angeles a better football town?
Oh, don't do that. Whoa. How about, let me just say, I made my sweat equity and I cut my teeth in St. Louis. But wherever the Rams go, I follow.
And that's a good answer right there. Yeah. That's a good answer. I was hoping I was hoping Jim was going to be on, so you guys can kind of combat a little bit. But
it happens. Like no, this discussion happens amongst the LA guys and the St. Louis guys. And for a long time, the Rams. Hi, say hi. For a long time, the Super Bowl champs was the '99 Rams in St. Louis, right? So until last year, that was the bragging right for the St. Louis group. So I don't know where it's going to go now.
Hey, Emmitt, can you chime in on this? What do you think's better, St. Louis or Los Angeles football town? I'm not trying to put anyone in hot water or anything like that right now.
I mean, St. Louis just feels right for some reason. Los Angeles just is sexier, but St. Louis just feels right because I think that's where everything originated from, whether it was the Cardinals or the Rams. Something in St. Louis just feels right.
Hey, it's a good sports town, Stephen. I think you can attest to that too, man. They love their sports.
No, for sure. I'm watching right now. Albert Pujols, right, and his return there, right? So, no, it definitely a great sports town. I have a lot of memories, fun memories there. It's just tough, man. When the team uprooted, it just put me in a tough spot.
I was gonna say, yeah, I didn't want to put you in a tough spot either, man. I just wanted to I want to see you still get tickets to the games, get invited, and everything like that. So we're just trying to keep it all.
The hell with the tickets. The hell with the tickets. I just want to go in peace.
We'll make sure that happens. All right, guys. We're going to keep rolling with the user questions. Emmitt, or I should say, Kay, you're up next.
Oh, hi. I didn't expect this. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you guys. Hi. Wow. Okay. Caught me off guard. Let me catch my breath for a second. But thank you guys for letting me give me an opportunity to sit and talk and speak with you guys. I really appreciate that. One of the questions that I was thinking of for you, Emmitt, is Dennis Houston. I know he's a newcomer. What do you think about Dennis?
What I think about who?
Dennis Houston. I think he's a newcomer.
Okay. Newcomers has a lot to learn. Newcomers are like rookies. They are rookies, learning their ropes, and they get exposed to truly what it's like to become a professional athlete. Now, a lot of them are athletes. I didn't say professional athletes. There's
Right.
a difference between a professional athlete. I think a professional athlete is a guy that understands that he has athletic ability, number one. Number two, he understands he needs to nurture that and groom that and harness that and continue to grow that. And the way that you do that by doing all the little things, whether it's the workout, whether it's studying the tape, and becoming a true professional athlete. And at the end, that's what newcomers are trying to figure out. How to maintain and grow and be a part of this business for as long as they can. Now, all of us have skills, but the one thing that separates most of us from the others, because we all are very skillful, work ethic, study habits, and things that take care of all things to allow us to have a career. It's one thing to have a goal of making it to the National Football League. The other thing is to make a goal to determine how long you want to play in the National Football League.
Right.
And it goes beyond skill set.
Okay. Well, you are a longtime fan for the Richards family ever since you started in '92.
But thank you.
Yes. It's been a pleasure watching.
Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for asking questions. You got Stephen?
I saw Stephen, and I thought he was from my hometown, Port Arthur, Texas. I think there's just another Stephen Jackson that plays basketball. I think.
Basketball, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, no, can't think of any other questions.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Sure, been my
pleasure.
Thank you.
You look nice. You look nice in your blue. Is that
that's representing.
Is that Rams blue?
It's Royal Blue for Dallas. For the Cowboys. Yes.
I tried.
Oh.
Bro, it's over. I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you. You guys have a great one.
All that matters is you tried. That's all that matters. All right. And speaking about trying, guys, this is for all our fans out here. Make sure you guys go check out our auctions up top. Like I said, we have some amazing items. We got game issue cleats for the Cardinals from Emmitt. We got game issue jerseys from the Cardinals from Emmitt. We have game used gloves just in this auction itself. Now, if you want to see some of more amazing things, you got to go to eBay. You got to check out the Notable Live shop page. It's truly incredible. I was looking at some of the auction items this past weekend that are going to go up pretty soon. Let's just put it this way. There's a race car hood up for sale. Yeah, guys, think about that. It's some of the stuff that's up for auction pretty soon is going to be pretty incredible. So make sure you check that out pretty soon. Thank you, eBay, for our partnership with them. They've been incredible through this whole journey. Obviously, Emmitt knows them better than anyone, and they've been helping him out so much. So we thank them so much for all of our shop pages and everything like that and all of our auctions. So thank you so much for eBay on that. So like I said, make sure you check out the auction items in this app and also the eBay Notable Live shop page because we got some amazing things up for grabs, folks, and you do not want to miss it. Now, we're just going to keep on rolling with the questions right now. Emmitt Smith, take it away.
What's up, James?
Hey, not too much. Hey, so here's my son. Can you say hi to my son?
What's up?
He's sporting the Rams colors for you, Steven.
I love it.
There you go. So just a quick question, Steven. How did you get your jersey number? How'd that come about?
I wore 39 for 39 books in the Old Testament.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And I grew up, and my dad is a Dallas Cowboys fan. So I was similar to your son. When the Cowboys would be on TV, I just wore the opposite opposing team. So I don't know, maybe luck played out differently for me. Not being able to win the Super Bowl, but I definitely was a heckler in the house.
There you go. Awesome. And Emmitt, you originally wore 24, then moved to 22. Can you expound on that?
Yeah. I was 24 in high school. And when I got to college, I wanted 24, but an upperclassman, Bill Lang, had 24. And so Bud Fernandez, our equipment manager, decided to give me 22 because I reminded him of John L. Williams, who was the running back at the University of Florida. And so that's how I ended up with 22, and I've been 22 ever since.
Gotcha. Well, you were talking participation awards, Emmitt, and how they're kind of a little unexpected, but here's a weightlifting one from 85. So apparently you kept some stuff that was participation. So we got to be kind of careful about these too many participation awards being given out now.
But that because my sophomore year, I think the state in the weightlifting division, and I cleaned and jerked 275.
Oh, very cool.
Wow.
Well, I appreciate some information on that. That's awesome. So
Weightlifting participation. You had to really get me into the weight room to do that. And so back
there you go.
Wear jeans. My jeans was back. So
you broke up a little bit. What's that? You broke up a little bit. What was that, Emmitt?
I said, back in my day, when you lift that much weight and you're strengthening your body and you all muscle, you couldn't wear jeans like we wear jeans today.
Oh, right. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
yeah. Well, that's awesome. Well, I appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful rest of the game. Hopefully, I got to say go Cowboys. That's the way it is. But
And do the Cowboys have 16 points?
Yeah, they sure do. That's I'm sorry, Steven. They do have 16 points right now, so
Yeah.
And
They do.
Is well lose.
yeah, they are losing. Well, you guys have a wonderful day. God bless you too.
God bless.
I just got one last question for you. What'd you think about the event?
I loved it. I was already going to say, I was going to recommend it to anybody that I can, that if they have the opportunity to join Emmitt and you all to do so. The engagement with the fans is fun, and anytime you can spend time with an all-time great, I think that's what we need to do. I mean, I stood on Emmitt's shoulders, and I'm forever grateful for that.
Yes. Well, Steve, I'm going to say this, man. Thank you for coming on, bro. If you want to host your own event and do the same thing that I do. I'm normally talking to other players from other teams. You can do the same thing right here on the same platform. You can offer the same things that I'm offering to the fans that are following yours as well and coming onto your deal. And it's an opportunity for you to do the same thing that I'm doing. So if you like the platform enough, you want to do this, let us know. We'll set you up. And every week, whoever the Ram is playing, you want to bring somebody in from the opposite side to chop it up and have a conversation like you and I are doing, feel free to do such. That's what this platform is here for. That's what we built it for. So people and to share their perspective on what's going on the football field. The game has been played out right before our eyes right now.
Absolutely. Thank you. Also, before I leave, I see you opening a restaurant on the Strip. All right. All right.
Right. I'm putting you on the invite list.
Please.
No, don't worry. I'm putting you on the invite list. And if you get one, I think we know how to get in touch with you. I think we got your email and all that stuff. So I'll send one out to you.
Okay. Thank you.